All right. So we're going to kind of extend our conversation on boundaries
Hmm.
and outgrowing people, or frankly, people outgrowing us. And
True, it
that,
can go both ways.
uh, and best friends you had many years ago may not be your best friend now, and how that's okay.
Right. Well, because you grow, and one of the things that you and I have talked about is my best buddies from high school are very different than what I have now, and they fitted a need then,
Mm-hmm.
what I needed at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Um, which truthfully at that time, I wanted somebody who was similar to me. We had the same. It was just easier to fall in with people who thought like you.
Well, and I think proximity is
Oh,
also so.
100%.
Kind of like when you have kids, and as they're growing up, you're friends with the moms. But do you
Right,
stay friends with the moms after your kids have graduated? I haven't. I think some do, but I
right.
haven't.
I think the ones that do find a different connection
Mm,
because I'm not friends with any of the football moms. Um, but football was the only thing that we had connected,
mm-hmm,
connecting us.
mm-hmm.
And once football was done, number one, I had an identity crisis. Who am I if I'm not a football
Yeah,
mom?
yeah.
But all of those people in that life are no longer in my life because the only connection.
Proximity. Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Same for my son. It was music, tons and tons of music,
Right.
concerts, and all of that. And and being okay with that.
Hmm.
Like you have work friends, but when you're not working together anymore, you don't have the proximity. Now, we met at work
Right.
15 years ago.
So long ago.
I know. And we worked together maybe only a year, maybe.
Yeah, that's true.
But we also went through stages of our friendship as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Because when I met you, I had gotten out of a gnarly job that I didn't care for. Was in a marriage that I wasn't happy with. So I wasn't necessarily the happiest person.
Me
We
either.
almost trauma bonded.
Oh, I'd never heard of that before. I would agree. Yeah, I would agree. We trauma bonded. So we've gone through stages, but I think we've both grown. And if we hadn't have both grown, I don't know that we'd remain friends
Right.
because we grew out of those relationships that were not good,
Right. Um,
got to the other side. It's possible.
well, and there was a lot too of what do I, what am I getting out of this relationship? What can I? Because I am not a great friend. Huge shocker.
I would I would disagree with that. I think that there were stages where I
Yeah.
had to make a choice of whether I was going to trust when you said you wanted to do something and then would bail. But
Yes.
when I realized that was you struggling in this relationship and
Right.
so incredibly codependent, I'm raising my
Right.
hand,
Yeah.
me as
No,
well. And
absolutely.
so if something changed, you had to go with what that was to keep the peace. And I
Right.
think once I realized that, it was a lot easier, but it was
Right.
also a habit of yours to always say yes to something. And so then I had to get to
Absolutely.
this thing, or is it really yes?
Right. And I think part of that was a people pleaser. It's like, hey, I would love to do this. You want to do this?
It's not
Sure.
that you didn't want to do it.
Right.
Yeah, yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Oh my gosh. So many
So,
times.
mhm. but
Um,
I think that during that time, I could have made that choice to
mhm.
not deal with that, and that's
Absolutely.
okay too.
Absolutely.
And I during the pandemic, I kind of cut out a couple people because it
Hmm.
wasn't serving me, and that was such a stressful time, and it was
Right.
difficult, especially with one of them. It was very difficult, but I really feel so much better. It's like
Right
you don't
there.
have to stay friends with someone if it's not serving both of you. It's
Right.
okay.
Right. Um, which brings us back to boundaries as well. But letting people go, I mean, it's hard because it's like, oh my gosh, I've been friends with this person for this many years.
Yes.
I have very good friends that, I mean, my daughter has a middle name of one of my very good friends. but I haven't seen them in years. And we've just kind of grown apart. And we're okay with that. We'll still text each other and I, like once a year going, hey, I was just thinking about you.
And that's
And we're
okay.
good with that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And we
Mm-hmm.
also do the obligatory, yeah, we should get together, knowing
Mm-hmm.
that we are 99.9% sure that's not going to happen. But
Mm-hmm.
it's just keeping in, but we no longer we no longer benefit each other
Yeah.
in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
What
And
we have is familiarity.
right. Right. Yeah. And you had proximity. I think that's a big one. You're around someone all the time. Because
Right.
how many departments have we worked in where you're
Right.
not, you may see them and you're friends, but you're not friends outside of work.
Right.
And there's a distinction. I think
Right.
it's all okay. It's
Oh, absolutely.
relationships. It's relationships.
Absolutely. And getting to the point where you can be okay with letting go
Mm-hmm.
of a friendship or, any type of relationship,
Mm-hmm.
but letting go of a friendship is, is one of the best things I've ever
Well, yeah,
done.
depending
Because you're
on the,
talking about the weight off of your shoulders.
yeah, yeah.
So if I leave an outing with a friend and I am drained, I did not enjoy myself.
Well, I,
Oh, you know what? I'm
I,
not an introvert
I,
though,
I
or
could
as
enjoy
introverted.
myself and come home and be exhausted. It has nothing to do
That's
with whether I
true.
enjoyed it or not. So it really kind of depends.
Yeah,
I think
that's
another
true.
good thing is that, or another issue is that people can let go of you
Mm-hmm.
and being okay with that because
Right.
you didn't serve them or they
Right.
didn't. I mean, you gotta let them go
Right.
and not
Absolutely.
grab in any relationship.
Right.
You want people that want to be there,
Yes.
and they would want people that want to be there with them.
Absolutely. Because why do I want to hang out with somebody who really doesn't want to hang out with me?
Mm-hmm. Who
Talk
does it
about
out of obligation?
right. That's something I've even told my kids. Now I'm going to digress. I am not caffeinated yet. Um, I have told my kids, do not visit me out of obligation, and it ripped my gut to tell them that, because I want to see my kids all the time, but they have
They
their
don't want to see us
lives.
all the
I
time, though, and that's
know,
okay.
I know, but I'm so fucking cool.
Neither
But yeah,
one.
letting
Mm-hmm.
people go when you're with them out of obligation,
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't benefit anybody. It doesn't benefit me. I would think that they could see that I'm not wanting to hang out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't have all
Yeah. Well, and I think that just kind of ties back to our conversation about boundaries because
the answers.
you are setting boundary and maybe you don't let them go. Maybe you say, I really don't want to do that, or
Yeah. Right.
I'm not okay when you say that. That really hurts my feelings, or
Right.
for whatever reason. And if you've already had those conversations and they're not respecting your boundaries,
Right.
then it's kind of a
You and
toxic
I had
relationship.
that conversation early on. You had said something to me.
I did.
You did. I was very proud of you. It was hard to take the feedback, but I had shared something with my kids that you did not find appropriate.
Oh, and
Um,
you can't. It's not appropriate, so you can't share it on here.
correct.
She'll tell me after and
I'll tell you
remind me.
later.
She'll remind me later.
But it was both when we were in a very dark place, and I had not realized how incredibly private you are.
Oh,
So you,
yeah. I'm
so
kind
I
of
was
weird
just
that
in
way.
normal conversation, just said, "Oh yeah," and Caitlin said this, and you were
Right.
like, "That was not appropriate for you to share."
Oh, still don't
And
remember what it was, but
yeah, so I was a little taken aback. I was just
yeah.
like, I didn't see the big deal, but it was the beginning of your boundary setting. Um, and I could have either gotten pissy and went, "Oh, I don't see what the big deal is,"
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
but to be able to
Or
take a
honored it.
step back, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and just
Mm-hmm.
go, "Okay, got it." Um,
We are two very different people.
yeah,
I'm an introvert. You're an extrovert. I don't want to say anything more because I don't want you to not share what you don't want to share. But
right.
we're very different. We're very different in a lot of ways, and I think that it complements each other. I
Yeah.
think we challenge each other in a good way. We have a
Yes.
lot of conversations that we do not agree with,
Mm-hmm.
and
100%.
and that's okay too
Right.
because we respect each other's. I mean,
Right. which
Most of the time.
most of the time, most of the time, we
When
have,
unless I really think you're wrong. And then
and then
I
you're just like,
really,
yo, dumbass.
I do really have to sway you. Yes.
I can't tell you how many times this woman has called me a dumbass.
Maybe just in
with
text.
love in your
Maybe
heart.
just in text.
With love in your heart. It's just like, I really hate to have to tell you this. You are so wrong. I just want to let you know.
No, but we know each other, and we know we can talk that way, and it's very. We've
Right.
had some tough conversations. We've been through some really tough times. Um,
We have
mhm.
we have the friendship that people aspire to.
I would like to think so.
Yeah, absolutely, because we can have honesty, we can have those difficult conversations, and can also let each other know, I don't want to talk about it right now, and it's done.
Yeah. You mean like if I don't answer your phone call or your text?
Yeah. Which we did a role reversal because I used to hardly ever answer
Oh, that's right.
away, and you'd
So
be
it's
like,
my
"What?"
turn now.
So now I know how it feels to be looking at the phone. Did she get it? Don't leave me.
Wait,
I've
I've already sent 6 texts. Maybe she needs to take a while to read them. Yeah, but I also think that speaks to how relationships kind of need to change and adapt because we've been through many stages. We're different people now. We're not
absolutely.
victims. We're not codependent most of the time.
Right. I still struggle with codependency.
Of course,
But you're
of course,
kind enough to call me on it.
I really am. I am. If I do say so myself, I really am quite quaint. So
Which
now that we portrayed me as a you know what on this video, because I probably can't say it, a bitch.
Oh my god, you said
We're
the swear
gonna
word.
go ahead.
High five.
We're gonna.
I'm like so proud of you.
We're gonna end this.